Welcome back. In the last video, we covered the basics of numerically indexed arrays. Let's dive deeper into arrays. Let's create a new array. Years equals and some elements. At the moment, you already know how to access an element of the array, how to change an element of the array, how to add or how to remove an element of the array. Let's see other operations that are possible. If you want to add one or more elements to the end of the array, use the plus equals operator. For example, years plus equals and in parentheses 2023. I've added 2023 to the end. Or I could append more than one element at once. Years plus equals 2024, 2025, and 2026. I'm printing out the array. Let's see how to slice an array. For example, I just want a part of the array. Let's see all the elements of the array starting at index 2. After the closing square brackets, I'm adding colon and 2. In this example, it started at the specific index rather than at index 0 and then continued until the end of the array. Another case is when you want to access only a number of elements of the array starting at a specific index. For example, I want to see only 4 elements starting at index 2. After colon 2, I'm adding colon 4, the number of elements I want. And it gave me 4 elements. Note that these slicing operations do not modify the original array. Let's go ahead and talk about associative arrays. Associative arrays contain key-value pairs and are similar to dictionaries, maps, or hashes in other programming languages. The main difference between numerically indexed and associative arrays is that an indexed array works based on integer index values, and an associative array uses a key to map the value instead of index positions. And the key can be any string. Unlike indexed arrays, you cannot initialize associative arrays without using declare. To create an associative array, you use the declare built-in with -A. So declare -A and the name of the array. For example, user data. And I'm adding key value pairs to the array. The name of the array, user data, and the key in square brackets. The key can be any string. For example, username equals your admin. User data of password equals and the random string. And the user data of UID, user ID, equals an integer, 1010. To query the value of any key, use the following syntax. $, curly braces, the name of the array, user data, and the key in square brackets, for example, username. And to see the entire array, you'll use the same syntax as for indexed arrays. Use star or @ in square brackets. And if you want to print the keys, not the values, add an exclamation mark. Note that the values you print will not necessarily be ordered. Adding a new element to the array is simple. All you have to do is create a new key value pair like this. User data, the name of the array, the new key, for example, login, equals, and I'll use a command substitution. So $, parentheses, and the command. For example, date, -UTC plus %s. Note that I've used double quotes to prevent any word splittings. This is the current date and time as a timestamp. If you try to use the same key that is already present in the array, the value will be overwritten with the new one. For example, here I'll use date space plus %T. This is the current time. You can add one or more elements to the array using the syntax seen at indexed arrays too. User data plus equals and the elements in parentheses. I'll use this syntax. The name of the key in square brackets, for example shell, equals, and the value, bash. This is the first element of the array that will be appended. And the second element, the key will be admin, and the value will be no or false. This is not an admin user. Now I want to show you how to declare a read-only associative array. In the read-only state, once the array is initialized, you cannot add new elements to the array or modify any values within the array. So, along with the declare command, you have to use the -r flag. Like this. Declare -r, -A, let's say superstars, equals. And I can create the array on multiple lines. The first key will be Germany, and the value Boniem. The second key will be USA, and the value Bon Jovi. And finally, the last element of the array, the key will be England, and the value the Beatles. And the closing parenthesis. Let's print out the array. This is a read-only array, and if you try to change an element, you'll get an error. Superstars of USA equals Metallica. This is an error. It's not permitted to change a read-only array. Finally, I want to show you how to remove items from your array using the unset command. So, unset, user data, and the key, password. I don't use the $sign before the array name because I don't want to perform a substitution. Of course, sorry, the command is unset. And the key pair was removed. We are done with associative arrays. In the next video, we'll discuss the read array command and how to iterate over arrays. See you soon.